So yeah, so today's like one of those days where like I am not motivated. Work was like tougher today more than usual. And what do you do when like these kind of things happen? You just like dive right into it. You go straight into like intense like workouts or whatever it is. Like I'm gonna go to Muay Thai right now. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a good time. I have this mindset, like I said, like my whole body, everything, my whole existence right now was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. But you know what? Too bad. You know, that inner voice of yours is not gonna take control of you, right? That doesn't reflect you. If you want to do something, get up and go and tell yourself a better story and let's rock this. I'll show you guys more clips in there. Yeah, I gotta stretch up. I'm gonna go and get started. Alright, see you guys in a little bit.
So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't gonna make it. I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up now. I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up. Hard works like a weapon, attack with no question.
It's literally been like, I don't know how long, but I'm already exhausted. This man's awesome. I love it, everything smells good. Yeah, super done. Oh my god. Okay, so time to put this away. It's a good session. Oh, super exhausted. It's a good session. Yeah, today was definitely a hard one. Oh my gosh, but I definitely feel really good, even though the heart wasn't in it today. Felt really good, just going out, hitting the bag, doing the class. Something rewarding about, like, you know, even though your mindset was just like not into it and you push yourself beyond that. I knew exactly what I was getting into. Oh man, it's killing me though. Anyways, hope you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you guys later. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are all doing great today. Remember to like, subscribe, share, notification bell, all those bits. Like, it really does help the channel a lot. We're like almost at 60 subscribers. Like, that's a lot. Like, that's insane. Like, it's just, we're growing and I'm super excited. Like, imagine like all the amazing people into like a room and stuff like that. Like, and, like, it's awesome. Like, imagine that. Super grateful for all the subscribers. Like, it just means a lot to me. It means the world to me. And so today I really wanted to share with you guys some 3 tips that really will increase your quality of life. I wish that I knew all these things in the very beginning of when I was 18, 20, or whatever it is, in my early teens. Definitely would save me a lot of anxiety, a lot of like energy, a lot of heartache, a lot of like all these different things. So number 1, I read this amazing book when I was like in my late 20s. It was called The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It is such an amazing book because like it just talks about, like, it's a very spiritual book, but it talked about such amazing concepts that will increase the quality of your life. So if you guys have a chance, grab that book and read it, because I will definitely give it to my future kids in the future, just so that way they can read it, they can understand it, so they can, it just saves them a lot of time, right? But one concept in that book that really stuck out to me the most is that taking things to heart, taking things personally, letting things go is super important. Don't take things personally. And growing up, I was very timid, very scared. I take a lot of things to heart, and learning to let things go, because like people don't really know you kind of deal, right? Like, they don't know your past, they don't know, they've never walked a single day in your shoes. Understanding that concept in such a deep level is what's the key component of this. I remember working at jobs and I got yelled at because, you know, I wasn't making the quota or whatever it is, or customers would yell at me because I wasn't doing something right, and taking that home with me, right? Feeling down about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to work another day on this. I'm not very motivated now, because like it just really affects you, really takes down the morale, right? And learning to let that go, and letting people know that you know, I work at, like, you know, before COVID happened, I was working at a wine store, and we get like drunks all the time that would be verbally like abusive towards us, and people yelling at us, and I like I said, I used to take that, like younger Paul would have taken that to heart, and now learning to let it go, be like, you know what, like it just reflects worse on them, and then it would save you so much time and anguish and energy. Once you, like, if you bring it home with you, you're still like depressed, you're still thinking about it, it's just terrible, right? All the energy spent was on them, and they purposely made it their mission to make your life miserable, right? So I never want to give anybody that full power of the control of my mind and that energy, right? So yeah, learning to let it go was important, was just pivotal for me, and I honestly wish I had this very single one in the very beginning, because like I said, I used to take a lot of things to heart going home, and people, you know, cussing at me and all these different things, and letting it go, like I said, will save you a lot of time. Tip number 2, one thing right now, like I'm studying for my real estate exams, and I'm like doing a lot of like reconnaissance, is that the word, reconnaissance, like, you know, a lot of research on like the industry, the people, the big dogs and everything in the field, and understanding and like, you know, what does it take to be a real estate agent, and one thing that I do the most is that trying to incorporate it into what would Paul Lamb do, what would Paul do, right? When I was younger, I used to compare a lot of myself compared to someone's like chapter 7 to my chapter 1, right? Well, understanding like right now, like I'm at the age, I'm 30 years old, all my peers are getting married and they're buying houses and all these different things, life, adulting, things are happening, right? And it's hard not to compare yourself to other people and keeping up with the Jones, and it all comes from like the ego, and it just brings so much like frustration sometimes. I don't know for everybody else that's watching this right now, but like for me, like it brought so much frustration sometimes, and I'm not perfect at this one, but I'm doing my best, right? We'll do my research on like the industry, and there's like all these big guys, all these top dogs, and all these amazing people that's doing their best, and I'm like, man, I think to myself, like, how am I gonna do this? Like, how am I gonna? And then it reminded me back in the days when I took off to Thailand and I went to like Asia, and I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be exactly like the entrepreneurs that are traveling right now, living off the laptop lifestyle and everything like that, trying to replicate myself as other people. But that was the key thing right there. You're comparing yourself to other people and then trying to be that person, when really you needed to stop comparing yourself to other people, and then think about it from how you would do it, right? How would Paul Lamb do it? How do I make this the best experience for myself? Like if you and me and I, like you and I, like you, like watching this right now, you and I starts our own business and everything, and get the exact same amount of money, same exact same course, exact same footing and everything, but it's gonna be 100% gonna be totally different businesses. One either fails, one either successes or succeeds, one either like does really, we don't know, right? It's based on that person's perspective and their approach, right? One could be working really hard, and one could be, you know, not working very hard at it. One either, you know, totally different perspective and totally different approach. Definitely stop comparing yourself to other people and focus on your own stuff. Realizing that letting that take over you takes away that energy. When you can spend that energy on really focusing on your journey, on your story, on Paul Lamb's journey, on whoever it is on the internet that's watching this right now, focusing on that, focusing on your own was something that I want to like my younger self to know. Number 3, all right, be mindful of your time and energy, right? All that, everything above, everything ahead of that video right now, like this video, all this will save you time and energy, right? Sometimes, like, you know, whenever you're chatting with people, or if you're in our world today, we're connecting to each other so much, and we don't know how to like manage our time properly, right? I get a lot of people messaging me, and because, like, you know, they're coming from a place of like, you know, they're not very genuine, right? They're not very genuine, and sometimes like I get a lot of people wasting my time. It sucks to say that, but sometimes like they only want something because like I'm able to like offer it to them or something, right? Like I'm always like being bombarded with all these different things, like collaborations and stuff like that. But like the thing is, like, I don't like that. It just is a massive turn off for me, and you'll see a lot of that in the entrepreneur world when they're trying to like, oh, what can I do for you, and like how can I, add value in your life and everything like that. But in turn, like there's like a secret agenda involved. They really want to learn how to like, one example that really kind of strikes out for me is that person like was following me on Instagram, and they're like liking all my stuff, liking all my content, and then eventually they message me, they're like, Paul, we really want to collab with you, we really want to do this and all this such, like, well, how does that feel for you? And then I said, you know what, I'm an honest person, like, I no BS for me, like, I don't like to like waste people's time because of this. And so telling that person straight up is like, you know what, I think this is not for me, I have a lot on my plate, I have everything like that, and letting that go. Maybe in the future, I said, but right now, no. That's what I said. Next, they like unfollow me and everything like that, and it's. I was like, this is someone local for me. This is someone local, and I'm not like, it's inappropriate to like name names or whatever it is, but I was like, okay, see, they're true colors right there. See, that shows to me that they were not interested in being friends or like, helping each other out and being genuine. To me, like, there was always a secret agenda, and there's a lot of that nowadays, right? There's a lot of different things, and you can't blame that. It's just from like the entrepreneur world, the hustle mentality, and all these different things. But I believe in coming from a place of like being genuine, and really being honest, saying no, saying yes, saying no, saying yes. Every no you say eventually leads you to a yes. Every yes you say, it's a waste of your time. But anyways, so being very mindful of that, cutting conversation short, people don't really understand that, right? Most of the time I'm always talking to people, I'm always just saying like, you know what, like, I really love to chat, but I gotta get going, I gotta go, I'll see you later, have a great one, then let's connect another day or something, right? Being honest, being upfront, being up real, if that person can handle it, that's their own issue. Again, I never take that personally. I'm always just doing my own thing, being mindful of my time and understanding, right? So I wish my younger self would know that, because like when I was younger, I was a yes man, wanted to say yes to everything, wanted to do all these different things, then I experienced burnout. So tired, exhausted, and just no. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little rant. And I wanted to toss this together really quickly because I wanted to share that experience with you, because it's just I want millennials, I want other people as well to experience a life that I wish, like, all these different things I've studied like so much from like entrepreneurs and everything like that. I wanted to replicate that person and everything, and never came from a place from like, what would Paul Lam do? Like, imagine all the people in the world replicating one another, all these entrepreneurs, and so nothing would get done, right? I would love to see people going from a place from like, oh, how would like, Jeff do it? How would like Steve or Stacy or whatever it is, how would they incorporate it into their life, and then like changing things from their own perspective, and you get like all these different creative like avenues and things, and nothing's all the same, right? So, which is nice, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, staying focused, keeping the energy high, and staying motivated. It all coincides together, and I hope all this helps you as well too. Have yourself a great one, guys. See you in a bit.